Welcome everyone. Uh, Thank you for joining me in another LSA League Race Season 8. I will be your only commentator tonight as my co-commentator SAF on Kunrad has other responsibilities on. But nonetheless, let's hope for Theatre to bring us some action tonight, and please bear with me for the first minute or two as there are some stream delays. EA is messing up a bit on my side. I don't know if it's like the internet connection or something, but yeah, just bear with me. Let's see who goes on the outlap. First it will be Dion and Kieran with Panda and Andre, so let's see if I can hop onto them quickly. Alright, good evening Devqueen. Thank you so much for joining us in the commentary. But yeah, let's see what the short qualifying will hold for us today. It is a desert track, so there won't be any rain, hopefully. We did see in the esports last year that there was a bit of rain, but yeah, I won't mind a bit of rain to spice up the field for a bit. But unlike the mystery track we had last week, the drivers can prepare for this week's track. So let's see what the first outruns will be. Let's see on Andreas. He's about to start his first flying lap of the night. Going down to turn 1, keeping it very smooth. Oh, a bit of a wheel snap over there. Track is still very cold. As you can, keeping a very tight line down, heading into the final part of the section of sector 1. Taking it very cautiously. Track is still very cold. Just keeping it nice and tidy. One of the more dangerous turns on the game to easily send the car into the wall to the right. Hopefully it doesn't pull a Max Verstappen at the end of his first flying lap, as of course he will set the purple sector 2, as he is the first guy to put on a lap tonight. Let's see what the benchmark will be. Can it keep it clean through the final turn, nailing the apex, hitting a bit of the wall. Won't affect his time too much. The area is wide open, and this looks like it'll be a 1:29.9. Beautiful, beautiful lap. Let's see what Kieran can slot in for us. I see there might be a horse crossing the line, and that will be Panday going even faster for 1:29.4. Let's see if Kieran can beat. Nah, that'll just be a normal push lap for him just to get the time on the board. And as you see, sense of fault coming across the line now, going 4 fastest. And Boogeyman returns to the top step again. He is currently your championship leader, and he's currently sitting it on pole, getting out of the way there for the McLaren. And Spikes, yeah, Spikes from the previous race, he's the man to watch now tonight, him and Boogeyman. Let's see if we can have a 5-way fight. And Bomonga, now the times are ramping up now, the track evolution is coming in. Sauls, he's still in the pits. He is your first Grand Prix winner in Tier 2 for Season 8. Need to keep an eye on him as he's going out of the garage right about now. Let's see if Gigglebush can put in a solid monster lap here for us. Getting a bit of a tail, but catching a bit of dirty air from the Aston in front. But this slipstream might help him a lot. Hi Peter, thank you for joining us in the live stream tonight. Hopefully, I don't choke as much because it's easier to commentate with two people. But yo, with fun, there's so much to watch for, so many drivers, so many incidents. Let's see, Boneless is on a push lap. Oh, nice, on his cool down lap. And we need to keep an eye on Souls here, Momonga. All the guys coming back into the pits. Yeah, running out on fuel in Saudi, you have to crawl your way back, and it's a long way till the end of the line and the pit straight. Yep. It's a risky corner to place to park your car. Hopefully it doesn't impede anyone's laps. And as we can see, Andre is going at it again. Ah, a bit of a wheel snap. But I think he's gonna send it. He's feeling comfortable with this one. Yeah, it's very close on that one. The top three is separated by like a few thousandths. But I want to catch Salz's lap quickly. Yeah, into turn 3, going into the not the fast right-hander, but the following few turns. I have to be very smooth on the controls. It's very easy to lose your rears, and the curbs are brutal. As I say that, it's very easy to lose the rears for that section. Yeah, I have to either send it or take it very cautiously. But I think he might just put on a lap just to get a time on the board, to not start at the back in case he bins it on his next run. I don't want to be a commentator's curse tonight, but yeah, and Boogeyman, I'm sorry I missed that lap. That is a monster lap. 28.3, putting some daylight between himself and Momonga. I think that is the benchmark for tonight to beat. And by the looks of it, I think that'll be the pull time tonight. If Sol doesn't pull something out of the bag, or Spike doesn't do something beautiful for us tonight. But Sol's coming into the final corner, nailing the apex. But yeah, I think his time is just a bit off. Yeah, he lost a lot of time with that snap at the end of sector 1. On the outlap, Booker's outlap. Let's see who's up next. Panda is about to start his next flying lap. See another Aston. Yeah, a few guys gonna start their flying laps now, so the action's about to ramp up. Very, very controlled entry and exit. Let's see if we can nail the following sequence of corners. Gospit getting away from him to the left there. Gonna have to either send it or play caution. He plays it very cautiously through that turn and keeping it on track beautifully by Panday. There's another Ferrari starting his lap. This will be Martin as well. Ah, he's just sliding. I think that will hurt his time. Panday is 6/10 up on his time. This will be a presentable lap from Panday. And he nailed sector 2, getting it purple. If he keeps this up, he might challenge for pole. Let's just hope he doesn't pull a Max Verstappen on the final turn where he will clip his rear right wheel. Just keep it cool, calm, collected. Bit slow on the exit. We'll get it, and he depleted his battery, so that will hurt his time a bit. Yeah, but I mean, starting at the front row, Bandit, what a beautiful, beautiful lap. Let's see what Martin, yeah, he invalidated this lap. Snotkop, I think he's about to, nah, 6 seconds up. I think he might be starting his lap now. But he used a lot of his batteries, so I don't know. Maybe he's just sending it. And he's running a bit more fuel to accommodate for 2 push laps. Let's see what Dion can pull for us. He is the back runner so far from the past 2 races. But hopefully his connection can be stable for this race and he can bag some good points for the McLaren team tonight. And Dion will put it into P5. Very, very solid drive there from him. Stotkop is also up on his time, but not by much. And Andre is about to start his next flying lap. I see a kick Sauber. I think it will be Sticky Nicky was 5/10 up. This will be a low 29s or a high 28s. Yeah, it's a very low 29. Still very, very good for the kick Sauber team tonight. Next across the line, let's see. Spikes will, yeah, he's on his outlap now. See another Aston. Snotkop, he invalidated his lap. He will dive into the pits. Both Mercedes on their outlaps. And Sols, I missed that lap, man. It's good to see you back on form, back this week. Hopefully you can get that first place again that you missed the previous week from the mystery race. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, I'm very eager to see what you have in store for us, you and Boogeyman, and Panday will be up there. And Spikes. Let's open to Spikes here tonight. Very cautious, and the kick Saba has to get out of the way for him, otherwise he will be riding in the dirty air, keeping it nice and clean. Down into 4th, keeping it on the apex line. This is beautiful. Ah, a bit of slide, that will hurt this time. I think to beat Boogeyman's pole time tonight, you have to get it near to perfection. Can't have any rear slides or touching the wall, as a minor graze of the wall will add 5% damage to your tire, depending on how hard you graze it. And that will hurt traction through most of these corners, as most people will see Jeddah as a very high speed Monaco, riding very close to the barriers, and if I'm not mistaken 80% of the lap is full throttle, or 70% of the lap. But let's see what Spikes will put for us tonight. Maybe he can slot it into the 2nd row, get himself a better chance for the race. Beautiful entry, nice exit. No, he will go into the pits. Yeah, I think that slide messed him up. He knows a minor slide. And Momonga, oh, that'll give him a bit of damage on the front wing. Let's see if there are any drivers coming up to the line. Kieran's has started his lap. Rated G6. He's up on his time. Yeah, I can see the nerves getting a bit to Momonga there. He maybe knows he can put it on pole, so each lap now is gonna count. Almost 3 minutes left of the session. Drivers are starting to feel the heat beneath the collar. And Gigglebush will be up on his time. He is a predicted P10 spot for him at the moment. Still very early on to his lap. Oh, he's bailing it. Oh, no, I think he messed it up a bit there. Yo, I don't know why so many people are bailing on their laps. It's like Jeddah is a very difficult track to nail the first time around, and the slightest inconvenience will unsettle the time we will put onto the board. It's not cool. Also, bit of rear spin, turn 1, and the fast left right-handers in sector 1 will catch you out. And Boogeyman missed his lap. He's a bit slower, but he would have still went on to pole with that time. So he can be very proud of himself to put the benchmark for tier 2 tonight, the 128.3. I'm so sorry I missed all your runs. There's so many action going on, and yeah, with commentator's curse as always, I will miss the perfect runs. Destroyer is also up on his time, but not by much. Climbing that curb will unsettle his exit, but he made sure he avoids the wall to the right. There's a McLaren coming up to his final run, and yeah, the Destroyer. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the field is starting to bunch up a bit. Don't know who's gonna give each other a toe, but yeah, let me stay on Souls for his final run of the evening, as hopefully he can challenge for pole with a few drivers following him down. Hopefully the dirty air of the horse in front. And Banda is pushing. He is pushing, but will it be enough to get himself into the front row? He's currently down on his time. And Sol's 1.3 seconds. That's... oh yeah, I invalidated the slap. I was about to say that was more like tier 1 pace, what I saw from that time. And Panda just snatches P2 from Souls with 0.01 seconds. Beautiful from Panda. Let's see what Spikes has for us tonight, as he is caught in a train, but hopefully the slipstream will aid to his time. Oh, he's down by 2/10. I don't think this is the lap for him, but nonetheless, the third row, anything can happen down into turn 1. A bit more trickier to get the braking zone right. And let's see what Destroyer can bag for us at the front here. Destroyer, and he knocks Spikes down, and Momonga puts himself onto the second row. Both Haas cars starting at the front. This is looking good for the Haas boys. This is looking absolutely brilliant for the Haas boys. So far, no one really improving on their time. It looks like the second run was the most consistent. But I don't know, maybe something changed and they opted for 2 push laps. I don't know if Biggie Man will send it to the line. And he goes quicker. I'm so sorry, 2 push laps and he just goes faster by 5/10. If Boogeyman keeps this up in the race, then we will see another Max Verstappen dominance from Boogeyman, as we saw from Spikes in the mystery race and Salt in the first race. I think this is Boogeyman's to lose tonight. And these are your final qualifying times. Ferrari, not in a bad position. Expected a bit more from Martin tonight, as he is, I think, currently 4th in the championship. Let me just quickly get the standings here. Yes, Martin is currently 4th in the standings. But as it stands currently, Boogeyman, who sits on pole tonight, is on 44 points. Right behind him is Spikes on 40, and then in third place is Sticky Nicky with 37. So it's still very close. Right behind Sticky Nicky in fourth is Martin with 36. So not a lot separated by these drivers tonight. So it's still all to play for. But yeah, as we know, Jeddah is a ruthless track if you lose a tiny bit of concentration. And then if you just graze your tire on the wall, you will have a lot of excess tire wear and you will start sliding all over the place, which inevitably might lead to a safety car and ruin your own race. But yeah, that was qualifying. Thank you so much for the support and love in the chat. There will be a 5-minute grace period before the race. I see some guys are asking in the Discord chat for the link. I'm asking sincere apologies as I was struggling to join the lobby in the first place because of the EA service, and yeah, we all know EA. But yeah, we will be back for the race. Alright, welcome everyone, as it's almost time for lights out, and I'd love to see your predictions in chat. Who do you think will take Jeddah tonight, the top 3? I have my money on Boogeyman tonight, honestly. If he just can keep it clean for turn 1, I think he might just run away of the race. But we all know qualifying pace and race pace, they differ daylight. And you can have a very quick qualifying car setup, but if the tire wear is too high, especially on a track like Jeddah, then you might get caught in the final few laps and then there won't be any traction. And the undercut is very powerful around Jeddah, as you need to be sending it for most of the turns, and with a high tire deck, yeah, you will be sliding a lot. But I don't think there will be any two stoppers tonight. From my experience racing on this track, it's usually a one stopper. My preferred tire strategy will be hard tires, and then just have a flying final stint and just sending it, because the first few laps will be jockeying for position, getting yourself stuck in and getting that rhythm going. But yeah, with safety cars, it's inevitable on this track sometimes. But yeah, I see on the Discord chat here, they are ready to go. So at any moment we will have the 5 red lights. As I see SA from Kunrad in the chat, good luck to everyone tonight. Sorry I couldn't commentate tonight, but I trust Marius going to kill it. Thank you. Go commentator, but for now it's 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And you see both Haas boys at the front. And Panda will maybe lead the race if he can get... Nah, Boogeyman, he keeps it very, very tight for Bandit to make any sort of moves. Well, does everyone get through cleanly? It does look like it. Boogeyman will be leading them into the rest of the lap. Everyone coming clean, nobody sliding around. Someone just trying to send it down on the inside. These curbs can send you to Narnia if you mount it too much. So everyone will be taking it very cautiously on the first lap. And Boogeyman, he's just getting it right tonight. Let's see if Panda can have an answer for him when the DRS will be activated on lap 2. Positions changed. The winners from the start will be Zachary, as he gained 4 places from the start of the race. The rest of the pack, minor changes, and everyone just trying to keep it clean. Tire choices, mediums. A lot of medium runners tonight. And 2 hard tire choices. So Destroyer will be in contention if he can keep his pace up on the hard tires. He will be in contention for a late race, maybe a win pass or maybe a podium pass, but he will definitely be in contention. Boogeyman obviously sets the fastest lap of the evening. The Mercedes having a bit of a look on the inside. There's already a second separated by Momonga and Spikes, but I'm sure Spikes had a bit of a tangle. But I've no doubt he will bring that back within a second and keep it there. And make this another 5-way fight for the race win tonight. And Boogeyman, he's just absolutely flying. He almost broke the second gap. If he breaks it on lap 2, I've no doubt that he will be comfortable, and he just breaks it. Now, it's Boogeyman's to lose at the moment. He has the pace, he has the qualifying pace. He must just play strategy right and just keep his nose clean. And Sal's trailing. Haas, he dropped a bit back. Let's see what's going down on the rest of the field. Everyone's just keeping it clean so far. Nice to see a lot of the drivers who put in the practice for tonight's race, as opposed to Abu Dhabi. But I mean, a mystery track is always very entertaining to watch. And it's very nice to see Dion. Oh, there's a collision too. What happened? There is a massive collision. It looks like two Aston Martins kick Sauber and a Haas. It's just absolute carnage on the final turn. Absolute carnage. I leave the action for 1 second. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon as a commentator, because that was just absolutely brutal of a crash. Yeah, he's gonna run over a lot of debris. He's gonna get a puncture maybe. Ah, oh, sensible. Hopefully I don't have a puncture from that. But my gosh, Pande, what happened? Such a strong qualifying, just to end it on the second lap. Maybe we'll see in the steward's office coming end of the race to see what happened on that collision. But a few cars got collected. Some drivers got a penalty as well. I think a driver penalty. Yeah, bonus on 20 seconds now. That's gonna hurt his race. He's basically out of contention at the moment. And it's very surprising to see it's only a virtual safety car. It should have been a red flag in my opinion. But we all know it, the EA developers. And poor Martin. He's running 4th in the championship. He cannot afford to have any penalties, but he will get it removed coming his pit stop. But yeah, having a stationary car for 10 seconds, it's gonna hurt his position on track. But so far, the usual suspects: Boogeyman, Salts, Mamonga and Spikes. Spikes must just get back into that second gap, playing the virtual safety car very cleanly. Don't overrun it. Wait, there is a safety car. Let me see. No, there is, but the UI says virtual safety car. Sorry guys, this is my first time in a safety car experience, and now I can see why other commentators don't like the UI of EA so much, because there's a lot of glitches. But yeah, it's good to see the safety car is out. Yes, the field can punch up now. Everyone get their head clean, get their strategies. This will have a major impact on the strategies now, and this will aid in the medium tires as they can pit maybe a lap or two later than usual. All depends on your driving style. How aggressive are you through the turns? Can you nurse the babies, or you're just gonna destroy them every chance you get to get that gap between you and the driver behind you? Let's see who is the fastest. Not representable times at the moment to compare from fastest laps. Yeah, it's very heartbreaking for Boogeyman, as he was really starting to get stuck in and pulling away from the field. But yeah, as I said at the start of the race, safety cars are usually inevitable on this type of tracks, because anything can happen if someone tries to overtake and there isn't enough racing room left. And as we all know from the rules in LSA is ghosting is off. So if there are a collision, then yeah, especially on tracks like this, you will catch the car in front and you will also crash into the rest of the field. But yeah, I mean, we keep it as realistic as possible to the real F1, but yeah, I just wish that the UI glitches weren't that bad. But I think this will be the final outlap for the safety car before it comes in. Let's go Andre and Spikes. Yes, yes. Spikes is in a very good position. Even if he stays fourth the whole race long, he just needs to keep with the front runners. Because as we have seen with the esports guys, you can win it from fifth on this track. The straights are very long, the DRS is very powerful, especially on the main straight. But it all depends on what type of driver you are. Do you prefer to attack or do you prefer to defend? Because each driver has their own preference and more comfortable with in choosing what they want to do at the end of the race. So they either decide do they want to do most of the work during the race or just wait it out and just let the drivers at front fight it out and wear yourself mentally and physically out on the wheel, and then you can just capitalize on any mistakes they make. But let's see here on at the front, will the safety car come in? I haven't seen any. Yes, there we go, safety car in this lap. So let's see, how will Boogeyman play this? Will he send it very early or will he wait until just about the start finish line starts and then he will send it? Yeah, sorry Defkin, but see Andre is DNF'd and Boogeyman, he decides to send it. Oh, it's gonna be very close, going down to turn 1. Very, very cleanly from the top 4, top 5, and there's a bit of a battle here. Kieran and Boneless. I think there's a position gained by Kieran. Can he make it stick? He does. Everyone coming down cleanly. Now it's Boogeyman versus Salz. Seems a lot like a Bahrain now. So let's see what type of pace Salz has in the back for Boogeyman. Does he have an answer for his pace at the front? You can see Spikes closing up on Momonga. Destroyer is also very close to Martin. He was one of the asses in the collision. But it looks like he recovered nicely. I think you maybe is gonna wait like another lap or two. Let's see what Sticky Nicky is currently third in the championship. It's not very looking good for his championship, but yeah, anything can happen with a safety car. Can maybe just stick it out now on those hard tires. Let's see everyone who has pit. Yeah, Sticky Nicky has pit, so he can go to the end of the race. He's just gonna have to nurture these tires until the end of the race. So it's only the top 8 that has not pitted. Boogeyman just keeping it clean so far. No one very eager to pass just yet. Boogeyman, he is pulling that gap. A slightest mistake through sector 1 can cost you like a second, and a car in front can just pull away and just coast from there on out. But I think DRS will be enabled on this lap, so we will see some action. But I don't think any action will evolve around Salz and Boogeyman. He has broken that second gap now, but Spikes all over the gearbox of Momonga. Will he be able to send it on the straight or the next one? I think he's gonna wait. Oh, a bit of sliding, and he hits the barrier. There's a Spike's moment to capitalize. The Mercedes might have a bit of tire wear on that front right. I see no end plate missing. Spike is just playing it conservatively. Will he wait for the main straight and then just send it through sector 1? Yes, he will open up that battery. But I think Momonga, he got a bit nervous from that bump of the wall, so he doesn't want to give up that third place at the moment. Another overtake from Boneless down here on Kieran. That was beautiful. A red G6 just falling it down a bit. Let's see what Destroyer can cook up for us here on Snotkop. Will it go down on the outside? He's playing it for conservatively. It's very sketchy corner to do any overtaking. You have to really trust the opposing driver to not, you know, send you off the track. So very clean racing from Destroyer and Snotkop over there. Let's see what Boomroker can do. And the Ferrari, both Ferraris were in the collision as well. Yeah, it's gonna hurt their race, but yeah, all of these drivers at the bottom can play it out until the end of the race and wait for a late safety car maybe. Salt is still hanging on there, even though the DRS gap has been broken, but he's hanging on. And he has enough battery left, but he is pulling Momonga and Spikes with him. So he has to be careful. Doesn't get overtaken and ruin his pure pace at the front. Unless Spikes have an answer for us right here. He's going down on the outside on Momonga. He doesn't have any time to play now. He wants to get Salt. He wants to get him. Can both drivers keep it clean? Nice and tight. With 22% battery left, will he be able to keep third place? And Spikes with the fastest lap. That was a full send. Simply lovely lap, as Max would say. He's into the podium positions. Now he's gunning for Souls. Souls back on the gearbox of Boogeyman. Redder just got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Jack comes at you thick and fast. Very easy to slide over the curbs and get a track warning even though you lose time. So far Destroyer has just dropped off the back of Martin. Another overtake from Sensor. Boneless going a bit wide. And Sensor says thank you very much for that. I will take that position back. And Dion still doing his own race in 5th. The silent killer. And what do we have? Another safety car. I missed a lot. But I don't see any debris. I don't see any cars crashing out. Wait, Destroyer. What happened to Destroyer? Yeah, at this point of stage, from the guys who just went onto the hard tires, do you maybe pit again? Or do you just wait it out? Because this will be beneficial for the guys in the top 8 who hasn't pitted. They can just slap on a pair of hard tires now. Or mediums, depending on their strategies, and just gun to the end. But yeah, I don't know what happened to Destroyer. Both horses out. It's very heartbreaking to see them out, because they had such a good qualifying. And now it's just gone in a flash. It just shows how quickly things can change in Formula 1. As you can see, the top 8 will start doing their pit stops. Boogeyman and Souls, they stayed out, and Momonga, they say, you know what, it's okay. They have a different strategy. They might go into the softs at the end, but that's a very risky strategy. So everyone has pitted at the moment besides the top 3. This is very interesting. From my experience, you can pit on lap 7 and go to the end on hard tires and still maintain reasonable pace. But yeah, maybe these guys know something I don't, so it's always lovely to see different tiers racing and how they cook up their strategies from the tier 1 drivers that we normally used to. Come on, Sticky Nicky. Yeah, no, he's third in the championship, but he needs to do a lot of overtaking if he wants to see himself on the top step tonight again. But yeah, unfortunately, there was some collisions, and I saw that he got a 10-second time penalty that I think he served in the pit stop now that it got removed. But yeah, so far, not a lot of racing at the moment, just sitting behind virtual safety cars or safety cars as expected. This is kind of like a Monaco track, one of my favorite tracks to drive on as well. It's such a awesome feeling if you hook every turn, every sector, and then you just put it all together like a puzzle and just send it on the over the start line. And who dives into the pits? That will be Souls. This is not the correct time to pit. You will be racing at the back. I don't know who made this call. I don't know if he maybe stayed out because Boneless was in the pits and he was afraid of the double stacking, but I would have risked going for the double stack instead of staying out and then risking driving at the back after such an amazing qualifying from him and missing the mystery track race, because he might be leading the championship now if he didn't miss last week's race. But yeah, for now Boogeyman looks like he has it under control. Nobody has touched first position yet since he stepped on the track tonight. And yeah, I think Boogeyman will be in a lot of drivers' dreams tonight, as the name states. But yeah, so far Spikes has been very quiet tonight. I think he's just waiting for drivers at the front to make mistakes. But yeah, just like that, as you can see, the guys who already pitted to the hards, they're gonna suffer at the end of the race. The top 8, who is now right behind them, will have more fresher rubber. But yeah, if they can just play it cleanly and nicely. I didn't expect the two Ferrari boys being in the top 5 after seeing them in that collision at on lap 3. But it just goes to show you how much fun it is to watch these drivers going at it on track. Anything can possible. Well, anything is possible. Sorry for that. I was just reading a message in the chat here. Let's see, safety car. As we can see on the UI glitch, it's just safety car just glitching over there. But yeah, let's see what Boogeyman can cook up for us now on the second safety car of the night. Will he send it right after this turn or wait again until just before the start finish straight? But I think to play it safe, and he sends it. And he sends it. He didn't catch Momonga sleeping. Momonga will go down on the inside. Nah, he thought about it, but he's gonna keep it in. But that left the door open for Martin to come through, maybe. Nah, just very tight rating. And Spikes going up a position on Dion. That is beautiful. Sense of fault going up. Boomrucker just dropping down the order. Boomrucker is out. We lost a Ferrari driver and we have another safety car. That was a very fast 10 seconds of racing there, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, Ferrari in the top 5 and he just lost it. I have no idea where to watch anymore. There's too much action going on. But yeah, no, this is looking like most of the race will be spent under the safety car. And Boogeyman decides to come into the pits with Momonga. And we have a Ferrari leading the race. And he can go to the end. Will this be Martin's race? Because now both Salz, Momonga and Boogeyman has a lot of work to do. But they will be on the fresher rubber and Martin just needs to maintain these tires. He doesn't have to naturally push that very hard. You can still win from third position if you play your ERS and your DRS to a T. And Spikes is right up there with Dion. Dion, the silent killer for tonight. He's always the quiet one in this season. But I hope for Dion to snatch a podium tonight, and the McLaren boys are looking in a comfortable position to grab some very good constructor points. Let me quickly hop onto Discord here and get the constructor standings to see who's the real fight for tonight. Kick Sauber is currently leading the constructors with 59 points. Close second will be Red Bull on 56. Very close third place Alpine on 55, and not separated by much, Ferrari on 51 points. So the top 4 separated by 8 points. And it's, if Boemroker could have just kept it clean, could have been very, very good points for the Ferrari boys, and maybe put their team on the top step going into round 4 next week. But at the moment it looks like Red Bull will be, or the McLaren boys will be the winners tonight if it stays like this. But McLaren is a bit further down on the order in 6th place with 30 points. But yeah, for Martin alone, carrying the Ferrari boys tonight, I think Ferrari will be leading the constructors as it stands. A lot of guys have served their penalties. Let me see what penalties Boneless has now. He cut it down to 10 seconds. Yeah, rated G6. Not much you can do about the 3 seconds. It will be added onto race time coming end of the race. Martin have already 10 lap old hard tires, and Snodcop with 11. It looks like a lot, it feels like a lot, but somewhere around lap 14, 15 you will find a different rhythm to get the tires going again and just maintain a gap to the guys in the fresher rubber. So it's all about how good can you defend with your battery. You don't necessarily need to defend so much at the opening stages of the race. If drivers want to pass you, let them pass, let them fight each other. Don't get yourself into too much trouble, because track penalties is a big thing on Jeddah, and as we can see, safety cars as well. So just nurture these tires to the end. It's Boogeyman, Momonga and Sals who has to play catch up now. And Top Gun and Zachary, they're on the medium tires. Their tire deck will be much higher coming at the end of the race, so they have to make positions up now after the safety car, or they will be kind of stuck where they are. But yeah, they have to make lightweight of boneless and rated because of their penalties. And let's see if we can have another clean start. Hopefully not another safety car. Let's have 10 laps of clean racing and some action going for us tonight. And this time it will be Martin around leading the race, and he will send us through the next lap of racing, hopefully a clean lap of racing. If Snodcop doesn't say something about it, but let's see. And Martin, he sends it. He's like, I'm not gonna wait around, I want to get racing. I'm tired of sitting behind the safety car. Catching Snodcop out. Coming down to turn 1, a bit of rear locking there from Slotcop. And Dion playing it. Oh, and Spikes. Spikes is pulling a big move. He is challenging for this the next turn 3, but he will bail out of it. Let's see if the other drivers can keep it in. As this Mercedes off track, just keep it in, rejoin safely. As I think that might have happened to Boomroker. And Boneless. Lost an end plate. Hit the wall. Yeah, his race, it's a very difficult race for him tonight, but Martin's still out in front, leading the pack for us. Everyone keeping it clean so far. Let's see what Zachary can do on the McLaren of sensor fault. He has the medium tires. He can maybe pull an ERS on this straight and get the pass done and just wait for DRS on the next lap. The longer you sit behind the hard tire runners, the more you will drive in dirty air and will hurt your medium tires by a lot. Excellent race from Top Gun to see him currently in the top 10. Sauls, he is going for it even without, and he has drained his battery, and there's contact. The Mercedes didn't have a clean exit, and that compromised Sauls' exit, and now he's dropping down. That capitalized for Boogeyman to come through, and Boogeyman will send it on the outside. He is gonna say thank you very much. I have the fresh rubber, and I'm just gonna take that position off you. And Bamonga, he's not gonna back down from this fight. He wants to be in front of Boogeyman because he knows he needs to stay with Boogeyman and clear this pack as quick as possible if they want to catch Martin at the front. But the longer Martin stays within a half second of Snotkop, he's pulling him along, he's pulling Snotkop along. That's not what you want at this spawner stage, but anything can happen. A safety car can come out again. Hamilton driving for Fiat. I wish Fiat was in the sport, but maybe Volkswagen. I think he will drive a Volkswagen. And Spikes, he is gunning for the first position. He is gonna make lightweight of Martin on a 6-lap tire advantage. Yeah, Martin will be pushing it on the battery, but he knows he doesn't have to fight it too much. Yeah, Martin surprisingly keeps it. If I was Spikes, I would have just sent it, use the battery and just clear him out of sector 1. You know you have to the fresher rubber. Some position change from Boogeyman, Mamonga again. These guys are just fighting it out, but the more they fight, it will hurt their tires and race time, as they are 1.7 seconds, 1.6 now from sensor fault, but on the fresher rubber and the pace they've been carrying tonight, they will catch up to to the pack at the front in, I think, less than half a lap. And that is unfortunate for Mamonga, as he got slapped with a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, so Boogeyman, yeah, it's only you that can make light work of the pack now, and maybe catch Spikes at the front, because it looks like Spikes will overtake Martin very shortly. He has saved up that battery, but Dion is in the podium positions. He's just biding his time. He is the silent killer in this race. I won't throw him out of the race win just yet. Looks like his Wi-Fi, his wimpy Wi-Fi is stable this race. He sorted it out. He got the fiber wimpy Wi-Fi now. And Spikes is just setting up for the perfect exit. And he has the battery, and Martin has not a lot of battery to defend this. It will be Spikes, just keep on pushing. But I think Spikes will maybe defend. Yeah, I knew Martin will defend because he knows how to stay in front and maybe let Spikes drive in the dirty air, but Spikes with the better exit. And this contact, the Ferrari just spun. Will there be any crashes? Keeping it out of the way, and Martin, that is just unlucky. Surprise, surprise. We have a Red Bull leading the race. Not reading the race, but leading the race. As I wanted to say, RSA Pocket Dion and the McLaren team in second place. And sensor fault is looking good for the McLaren boys now and the Red Bull boys, and just in a flash, the Ferrari boys, they were looking very strong at one point and both out, just like the Haas boys. But yeah, I think Boogeyman needs to get onto it now, as the tire deck will start to enter now for the runners at the front. and you don't want to be stuck in a dead air. But Boogeyman, he's no time to dance. He's gonna send it on sensor fault. He's gonna go down on the outside. Just yeah, I would have just saved the battery on that straight and just saved it for this one to make sure you get the pass done on the McLaren. But I think Boogeyman, he is just enjoying himself out there. He's feeling himself. There's contact, but I won't think that will be enough to give end plate damage to Boogeyman, and he says thank you very much. And this will be business as usual for Boogeyman. And there's a sliding from Zachary. A lot of rear sliding, and that will definitely damage his tires. And I think Boogeyman might send it down on the outside or inside. Nah, he's gonna play it conservatively. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Let's see at the front what's... And Dion, I missed this overtake. And Dion, from last to finish, to first, sorry. I hope you finish first, because this has been one amazing race for you. 6 racing laps left. I don't see a safety car coming out very soon unless someone just bins it now. But usually coming the final 3 laps there won't be any safety cars. And Boogeyman he's just making light work of the pack now. But Spikes has set up the Pocket Dion now. Doesn't have any battery to defend on this main straight, so Spikes will inevitably regain the lead. But this will be a fight to the end. But the more they fight each other, the more it's gonna hurt their race time. But as long as they fight in the straight and not in the corners, it won't affect them that much. And there is Boogeyman out, and there is a massive crash. Boogeyman 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. No, this has been just carnage. I'm surprised there isn't a virtual safety car coming out about now. Rejoin safely, and that is a very unsafe rejoin. And these guys are just battling it out with missing end plates. It's a freeway fault. Will they go side by side? With an end plate missing from Zucker Crasher, you will have a lot of understeer through that corner. I said don't fight the McLaren on this one, let him through, because it's a very wise choice, because you won't have any steering and you will hit the wall on your exit. Yeah, this has just been unfortunate. And Sauls, I see a missing end plate. Unfortunately for him, his race will be over. Only 5 racing laps left. I don't see him gaining much ground, and there we have it. There's just more contact down here at the midfield. Too much debris on the track, and it will be a VAC, and this will help Spikes, and Spikes returning to the front. Will this be another race win for Spikes? As I don't see anyone catching him very soon after this VSC, as he has clear air in front of him. He doesn't have to worry about anyone attacking him. A lot of drivers in the pits now changing their front wings. A driver penalty from Momonga, and just getting worse for his night. Top Gunner for DNF. Yeah, we lost 5 drivers tonight on Jeddah. Just added to Jeddah's kill list. And the victims Jeddah's taken tonight, but yeah, it's always a fun track to watch. And just like that, we see a few soft tires now, and it will just be going for the fastest lap now at the end of the race. And Spikes just controlling it at front. And so far, another brilliant race for the Kicksaba team. Sticky Nicky getting so much ground. Snodcop getting served with a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, kudos for Martin, who could have kept it together for 15 laps on the hard tires. stretching the tires out to the limit at the end, but I think he was just sliding all over the place and overheating the tires a bit too much. But now the field has separated a bit. Not a lot of drivers on track, and Sal's getting slapped with another penalty, and it's just... I think most of the drivers have given up about now. They don't really care about the positions gained or lost, because they were fighting at the front. And if you have the Max Verstappen mentality, it's first or nothing. But Dion will be in contention to fight Kieran for second place coming at the end of the race now. Momongo will inevitably lose his 4th place and end up in 6th if Martin can just keep it close enough. Sticky Nicky can maybe join the party if he can just get on with it, but with 16 old lap hard tires, how much hero do you want to play? Because at the end of the day, just fight for the constructors now, if you're not gonna fight for the race win. Let's see what the penalties on. Momongo has a drive through. He has to serve defend the next 2 laps or 1 lap remaining. Otherwise he will get disqualification. So he will be racing at the back. But in LSA the points are awarded up until 15th. So everyone left racing will have some sort of points. And Kieran gets slapped with a 3-second time penalty, so that will be Dion in 2nd place. So now question leaves to Senso: can you close the gap down enough and keep it within 3 seconds of Kieran to snatch a double podium for McLaren tonight? Yeah, it was a brilliant drive from Kieran tonight, and Crosser Zachary making up double-digit places, 11 for Kieran and 10 for Zachary. But with that penalty for Kieran, that's very unfortunate. But it just goes to show how quickly the race can change for yourself as a driver if you don't keep it between the white lines, especially on a track on Jeddah that requires so much mentality and focus. And we see Snotkop, he's very close to Salsa. I don't know why Salsa is struggling this much. I think he might have sideboard damage, but yeah, I don't see anyone fighting at the moment as the field is evenly spread out at the moment. The only fight will be coming at the end, and Kieran already has a 3-second time penalty, so the place automatically goes to Dion. But Spikes in the Red Bull leading out in front, just putting on another Max Verstappen race for us here, keeping it clean on track, no penalties, no collisions. And as we see Boogeyman setting the fastest time on track, that will be an additional point to him. Yeah, Momongo serving his drive for a penalty for tonight. It was looking so good for him and Banday. It's very unfortunate to see Andre out as well. But yeah, I don't know why Sensorford is dropping down so much, because yeah, he could have maybe snatched a podium of Kieran. But I think Kieran is just maybe finding the final breath in those tires coming on a penultimate lap of the race. And Snotkop is still on the gearbox of Sals, but cannot manage the pass. But I don't think passing will make any bit of a difference now. We're just waiting for the final lap to do some magic. Yeah, I don't think Dion will fight Kieran so much, as he knows he already has second position in the back. But it will feel nice to finish on track in second place. I don't know, that's just me. Even if a driver in front has a penalty, I like to just pass them and make sure, you know, I still beat them on track. I don't have to go to the steward's room to beat the driver. But yeah, maybe on the second final DRS straight, he will maybe open up that DRS flap and deploy his whole battery to get the overtake done. The Snotcop just still on the gearbox. Off cells rated both Mercedes boys. Not a perfect evening, but just damage control and Jeddah. But let's hop on to spikes for now. Let's see. Wait, let me just quickly see if Dion will get the overtake done in the final sector on Jeddah, as I think he will want that bragging rights. He will want to finish second on track, and Kieran won't fight this very much. But let's see spikes keeping it clean, and there you have it. Spikes, LSA Season 8 Tier 2 champion, Grand Prix winner. I think he won the mystery track as well, so a double race win for him this season, and this will boost him up in the championship, if not leading the championship, because of Biggie Man's place finish as the rest of the field. And there you have it. No, Sensorfault got third place, so that's a double podium from the McLaren boys. If this is any repeat of the 2024 season, Max Verstappen and Piastri and Lando, there you have it. It's very unusual to see Kick Sauber, Bottas and them up there, but a very solid performance from the Kick Sauber boys tonight, as they bagged a lot of constructor points to keep that first position. Martin with a strong drive tonight in the top 5 with a lot of incidents on track. And the rest of the field, Biggie Man, unfortunate. It was roll of the dice on the safety car gamble, but yeah, I would have maybe pitted on lap 7 or 8, regardless if any safety cars comes out. But each race you do comes with experience. And as we can see in the chat, Snotcop screwed me. Hopefully in a good way. Yeah, Snot was spinning, caused me damage. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Jeddah's it's a track. If something happens in front of you, there's not a lot you can do to avoid any collisions. I've been myself, when racing in C1, been collected in a few collisions. It wasn't my fault, but at the end of the day, it's racing. Just keep your head down and move on to the next. Season is still very long. It's only the 3rd race now. Anything can happen for the coming races. But yeah, Spikes with he took his wheel out of the car. I don't think that will be legal. The FIA will have a chat with him, but he will be lifting the trophy again tonight. Awesome racing from him. And it just goes to show, just be consistent and keep your composure, and just wait for your moment to come. You don't need to fight it out or get into collisions or play hero. But yeah, and both McLaren boys just out of nowhere. Who would have thought from the top 3 who started in the qualifying didn't end up on the podium? But as I said, you can compare qualifying to the race, as the setups will differ, because some drivers will have qualifying setups and not race setups. But let's see the finishing results where everyone has come. A lot of DNFs tonight. And yeah, I think it's all for the constructor boys who have bagged a lot of points. Yes, the loading screen is horrendous on EA, and yeah, for some reason it just skipped me right past the results screen. But hopefully one of the drivers has got the results at the end of the race to keep the collisions and send it to the steward's room. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Um, I don't know if SAF1 Kunrod will join me next week, but if not, I will definitely be here posting some awesome tier 2 racing for everyone to watch. And again, kudos for Spikes and the McLaren boys. And I hope you guys have a safe evening, a safe weekend. And thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.